Hello and welcome to video 3 of the training series for muscle growth. So today I want to take the lessons from video 2, which is about training intensity, and progress that forward onto how do we measure intensity. So measuring intensity is important because it allows us to monitor the fact that we are approaching close to failure for the training intensity for the best adaptations for muscle growth, as well as it allows us to monitor the volume and training stress of any session, week or block, so that we can better manage overall training fatigue and also manage the recovery. So the two methods of training intensity measurement I want to look at today will be the RPE scale and the RIR. So the first measure I want to look at today is the RPE scale, which stands for Rate of Perceived Exertion. Now this scale uses a 1 to 10 rating, 1 being no work at all and 10 being could not perform another rep. So by using this 1 to 10 method, we can gauge the intensity of a set or a block of training based on this 1 to 10. Obviously 10 would be to complete failure, and then we can base a lot of our training for muscle growth around sort of the 7, 8, 9 range, nice close proximity to failure, working nice and hard, fairly simple to get your head around. So the second scale I want to use is the RIR scale, which stands for Reps in Reserve. So this is a really good subjective measure because basically what we're using here is a how many did I have left in the tank scale. So for example, a RIR of 1 would be you'd had at any given weight you had 1 rep left in the tank. Now for me this has a slight advantage over RPE, as I think it's probably a little bit easier to assess how many reps you had left than maybe a 1 out of 10 out of 10 scale. Also for any given day, how many reps you have left at a given weight or how many reps you can complete at a given weight will change. Not every day is going to be your best day. You're not always going to feel at your very best, but training to a point where you do have 1, 2 reps left is a more relative measure of your intensity, so that for any given day the relative intensity of your workout will still be correct. So I hope that that gives you a nice overview of how to gauge your intensity and to use scaling to work out if you are working hard enough, if you need to increase the intensity of certain exercises or sets. And join me next time as we're going to discuss the strength phase of your hypertrophy program and get a little bit more into the details of how we are structuring the program and how it's going to get you the very best results.